Winning MSC 2026 isn't just about lifting another international trophy. For some teams, it's simply the next chapter in an already legendary story. But for others, one championship could erase years of disappointment, silence every doubter, and completely redefine how they're remembered in MLBB history. With the biggest midseason cup ever bringing together champions from every MCT region, one question stands above the rest. Who actually has the most to gain from becoming MSC 2026 champion? The answer might not be the team you're expecting. Welcome back to Mobile Legends News. MSC 2026 represents a new milestone for Mobile Legends. Under the official MCT ecosystem introduced by Moonton Games, the tournament features a broader international field, more regional representation, and a level of competition that surpasses previous editions. Every qualified team has already proven itself within its own region, but international success carries a different weight. Some organizations are expected to win because of their history. Others are trying to establish themselves on the global stage for the very first time. That's what makes this conversation so interesting. Winning MSC 2026 doesn't have the same meaning for every contender. For some, it's about maintaining a dynasty. For others, it could transform their reputation overnight, change how an entire region is viewed, and create a legacy that lasts long after the tournament ends. If we're talking about the team with the most to gain from winning MSC 2026, the answer isn't necessarily the tournament favorite. It isn't the defending regional champion with multiple international trophies already sitting in the cabinet. Instead, it's Guangzhou Gaming, the representative from MCT East Asia and a team carrying the hopes of an entire region that is still searching for its defining moment on the global stage. That might sound surprising at first. After all, when fans discuss international MLBB, the conversation usually revolves around the Philippines and Indonesia. Those two regions have built their reputations through years of constant success on the biggest stages. Organizations like Team Liquid PH, ONIC, RRQ, and Team Falcons have become household names because they've repeatedly proven they can compete against the world's best. Every international tournament begins with those teams near the top of everyone's power rankings. GZG doesn't receive that same level of attention. Despite qualifying through one of the most competitive East Asian circuits to date, they're still viewed by many fans as an underdog or simply as an unfamiliar organization. That's less about their actual strength and more about the historical perception of their region. For years, China has steadily expanded its Mobile Legends ecosystem through Moonton's official competitive structure. The introduction of the MCT East Asia League brought together elite teams from across the region in a more structured pathway towards international competition. Rather than relying on isolated qualifiers, teams now compete through a season-long system that encourages long-term roster development, coaching stability, and strategic growth. The result has been noticeable. Throughout the official MCT East Asia competition, GZG consistently demonstrated one of the most disciplined styles seen outside Southeast Asia. Their rotations became increasingly refined as the season progressed. Their objective control improved significantly, and their willingness to adapt drafts from series to series showed a level of preparation expected from elite international contenders rather than a region still trying to prove itself. Perhaps the biggest improvement has been their macro play. Earlier international appearances from East Asia representatives often showcased talented mechanics, but lacked the coordinated map movement needed to consistently defeat experienced Southeast Asian opponents. This time, however, GZG's success wasn't built purely on individual outplays. They repeatedly won through superior lane assignments, objective trading, vision control around neutral objectives, and patient decision-making that minimize unnecessary risk. That's exactly the type of evolution a developing region needs. But despite those improvements, international perception hasn't changed very much. Many prediction videos, analyst rankings, and community discussions continue to focus almost exclusively on traditional powerhouse regions. GZG often enters conversations as the dark horse, rather than a genuine championship contender. Their accomplishments within MCT East Asia are acknowledged, but rarely treated with the same respect automatically given to champions from MPL Philippines or MPL Indonesia. That's why the stakes are so much bigger for them. If Team Liquid PH wins MSC 2026, the reaction will largely be, they did what everyone expected. It would strengthen an already incredible legacy. It would add another prestigious title to one of the most successful organizations in MLBB history. But it wouldn't fundamentally change how fans view either the organization or the Philippines as a region. Team Liquid PH is already respected internationally. Their players have already competed on the biggest stages. Another championship reinforces an already existing dynasty rather than creating a new narrative. GZG is in a completely different position. A championship wouldn't simply reward one successful tournament run. It would instantly validate years of investment into China's official MLBB ecosystem. It would prove that MCT East Asia isn't just producing competitive teams capable of upsetting favorites. It can produce world champions. That distinction matters because international titles often reshape how entire regions are evaluated. History shows that one breakthrough victory can permanently change competitive perception. Once a region proves that it can win consistently against established powerhouses, analysts begin studying its playstyle more closely. Fans become more interested in its domestic leagues. Organizations attract stronger sponsorship opportunities, players gain greater international recognition, and furthermore, future representatives receive significantly more respect before tournaments even begin. That's the ripple effect GZG has the opportunity to create. Instead of entering future events as a question mark, East Asian champions could arrive as legitimate title contenders. Future MCT East Asia winners wouldn't have to spend every international tournament proving they belong. The region would already have the ultimate piece of evidence, a mid-season cup championship. The impact on GZG as an organization would be just as dramatic. Right now, many casual international fans may know very little about them beyond the tournament. That's completely normal for organizations coming from emerging competitive regions. But winning MSC changes everything. Suddenly, every player becomes recognizable. Every draft becomes something other teams study. Every series becomes part of MLBB esports history. Instead of being introduced as the East Asia representative, GZG would become known as MSC Champions, a title that permanently changes how an organization is remembered. That's a transformation very few tournaments can provide. It would elevate GZG from a respected regional champion into one of the defining organizations of the 2026 competitive season. And perhaps most importantly, it would send a message to every developing MLBB region around the world. International success isn't reserved exclusively for the traditional giants anymore. The gap can be closed, the investment can pay off, and one championship can change not only the future of a single team, but the reputation of an entire region. As MSC 2026 approaches, GZG finds itself in a unique position. Unlike many of the tournament favorites, they aren't carrying the weight of an established international dynasty or the expectation of adding yet another trophy to an already decorated legacy. Instead, they're carrying something arguably even bigger: the opportunity to redefine how the global Mobile Legends community views an entire region. Through the official MCT East Asia season, GZG has demonstrated disciplined macro play, consistent improvement, and the ability to compete against strong opposition. Yet outside East Asia, they're still overlooked compared to the traditional giants from Southeast Asia. And that's exactly why their potential upside is unmatched. A championship wouldn't be a milestone for the players wearing the GZG jersey. It would validate years of investment into China's MLBB ecosystem, establish East Asia as a genuine championship caliber region, and inspire future teams to believe they can compete at the highest level. Sometimes the biggest victory isn't just winning a title. It's changing the narrative of an entire esport. And no team has a greater opportunity to do exactly that than GZG at MSC 2026. Now I want to hear from you. What do you think? Which team has the most to gain from winning MSC 2026? Is it GZG, or is there another organization with even more at stake? And do you believe Guangzhou Gaming has what it takes to become the first Chinese team to truly reshape the international MLBB landscape? Let us know your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more Mobile Legends news coverage throughout MSC 2026. Till next time.